Hello and welcome to Inktober 2024. I'm Anica Gabrovec, a certified Zentangle teacher from Croatia, and I thought that this year I would skip this, but I will at least try to do it. So what I have here this year is a little bit different from what I did in previous years. It's Zentangle's Opus style. I don't know if you can see, it's gray. But their gray tiles are really light gray, so it's enough that you will be able to see some white highlights on this paper, but it's still very, very light gray. And as you can see, and I did this to make myself at least try to do it, so now that I put these letters on my Opus tile, I will kind of have a guilt trip if I don't do something with it. And for the lettering, I use this Faber-Castell's marker, watercolor marker by Albrecht Durer. Albrecht Durer is the name of this particular brand of their watercolor pencils and watercolor markers. And I will maybe use it also to color some of my tangles. Many of you might know that I am not a lover of yellow color, and I'm challenging myself not just to finish this this challenge, but also to use the yellow color. So that's it. Other than that, I think I will stick to the basic supplies. I will draw probably with a PN, which is my favorite Micron pen. I will maybe also use an 05 or something thicker because it's a big canvas. And I have no idea. I don't have like a typical string. So I have these letters and I will draw around them, and it's a string of a sort. And you can see also this frame that I put inside with my pencil. It's an A5 sized frame. It's just here so that I can maybe play with it and decide if I want to use some kind of a border. And I don't know, I will see how it goes. The key to Inktober, as always for me, is just to keep it simple and improvise and don't overthink. Just go ahead and do it. It's like with any kind of creative work, or at least with Zentangle work. No overthinking. So if you want to join me, just relax and take a deep breath. Take a moment to appreciate what we are going to work on this month. I would like to thank Stephanie Jennifer too, who prepared another list of Inktober Tangles, which I'm going to use, and you will find the link in the description. I think that's enough words for today. I might add a few as I draw, as always. So today's tangle is Ambler, and it's a tangle by Zentangle. And I don't know where to put it. I haven't made any decisions, but I'm thinking maybe I could start it here, kind of along this border. And I don't know, I told you not to overthink it. I do want to add an aura around this Inktober lettering. And it's just my normal lettering. I'm not proficient in lettering, and I did some calligraphy lessons, but I think it's not for me. Or at least I don't have the capacity to do it at this point. So I'm starting to add some kind of an aura line around these letters, at least where I will start with my Ambler. And now I will zoom in and start adding the tangle. Okay. So Ambler is really simple. You can start with a grid or maybe sketch a ribbon if you want to, but I will keep it simple. And the way I will do it is like this. So I'm kind of trying to draw something that's rectangular and then just proceed with adding these oral lines. And you can see that this end here is empty. Maybe later I will add something to it. I will probably, the way I usually do, add some mucas somewhere. I will respect that tradition, even though muca is not a part of this challenge. I'm also challenging myself by not rotating my tile too much, which will make it easier for you to watch me as I draw so that you don't get vertigo. And I will rotate it from time to time, but right now you can see me how I'm drawing these lines from right to left, which is not my forte. Also from down towards up, it's not my usual way to draw. It's also, I think, a nice way to train your brain by making it, oops, doing something that's normally outside of my comfort zone. So we'll see how that goes. I will, of course, rotate my canvas from time to time. But I decided, I always try not to worry about perfection. And I'm not trying to make this look perfect for you. I want to, in fact, do the opposite. I want to show you how it is possible to combine any tangles together and just go with the flow and think of solutions as you draw, one stroke at a time. So it's, I think, the real Zentangle way of creating this. Now I will rotate this, and I'm taking my Micron 05 to add a little bit weight to some of these lines, because it will be an important element of shading. Just by adding some weight, you are shading already. You are adding some depth to this, because those lines that you add some weight to will appear to recede in the background, same as with the shades. And maybe, or hopefully, you can already see the change in this as I'm adding this in the section which I would normally shade as well, and that is lower part and on the right. And I will leave the rest without any shades, and later I will add the highlights to that part. So maybe that's enough Ambler for this part. And as I add tangles in this, I might maybe come back to some of these sections and add some more at a later time. And now I will also add some shade to this bottom right section, and I'm using my graphite matte pen. I really wanted to use the layout pencil, not the pen, but the glare of, I love the layout, but it has really a lot of glare, and I think for you to be able to see better where the shades are, it's better to use something that doesn't have a lot of glare, and that's why I chose to use the matte pencil. But of course you can use whatever you have. This is just better for online teaching. You can see now how this looks quite nice. And I'm now adding the white as well in the opposite corner. So it's upper left. And then, of course, blending it with another pencil that's dedicated to the white. And hopefully with that, I'm done, at least for now. Maybe I can use a little bit of Jelly Roll 10 in this upper left corner just to increase the highlights. And I'm always adding the highlights in a way that they don't really reach the part where the shades begin, because that's where the shades blend into the highlights. And in this case, because we have this gray surface, it acts as a mid-tone, so I don't need to add any kind of mid-color. But now I feel the urge to add a muka, and because I have this line that kind of stops here, I will just add it like this. So it grows from this a little ribbon on top of my Ambler Tangle. And now I can also continue this aura line and maybe even all the way to here and add the other one. So this muka grew from Ambler and went all the way up. And this is actually why I didn't want to put an aura line all around this, because I think that I will sometimes draw over some of these letters. I still want the letters to be visible. And I think what will make some impact is to draw or fill this aura around the letters, the first aura, with black ink. It will help me to make the letters more visible. Well, this already kind of looks fun to me, at least to make, so hopefully you will feel the same and maybe consider joining me. And if you do that, maybe you can use what I'm doing as an idea, just maybe as a guideline. Maybe it will spark some ideas by your own. And please, if you do that, don't compare your results with mine. Just because it can be sometimes discouraging to do that, especially if you are not really an experienced tangler. Respect the phase of the journey you are in at the moment, and just have fun with this. This is what Zentangle is about. It's about relaxation, having fun. It's also about honing your skills, but the purpose of each session or each drawing or each creative moment is not to be better and reach for some artistic goals. It's to have fun and learn. So when something unexpected happens, perceive it as a learning experience, find a way to work around it and enjoy it. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you tomorrow with day 2. Bye.